Hey guys, this is day 105 of Startup. In this video, I want to encourage you to start reading research papers in AI. Even if you are not a technical person or not technically inclined or you're not doing anything cutting edge in AI, read them just like you read a newspaper. And I want to explain why. So I recently started reading these research papers myself from the site named archive arxiv.org, and they're they're all free to read. You can find them there. And again, I am a technical person, I'm a software engineer, but I do not have a deep background in AI. So I want to assure you these research papers are as hard for me to understand as it is probably going to be for you if you are not a technical person. In these research papers, even if you do not go into the details, the technical details, you can still get a gist of what they have done, what is new about what they have done, how big is that improvement, because they also talk about the results in the end of the paper, how those results are significantly better than the previous ones or not. And also you can find out about the researchers who wrote this paper. You can check out their other works and their university affiliations and their groups and what they're doing and what is their area of focus. So you can expect that more things probably will come out from them in future in the same area. Many of these papers also have references about the previous works in the same field, which they compare their own work or on which they have built their own work. And you can read on these references and find out about other people who are working in the same field. But if you are yourself not building a cutting edge AI product or doing AI research, then what is the use of doing all this? After all, you can always use APIs provided by the companies like ChatGPT, 11 Labs to make your own product. And the answer is that by looking at the ChatGPT API or OpenAI APIs, you know what is the present. Definitely, you can build on that present, but you have no idea what is going to be there in the future. And because if you build something and you're trying to create a business out of it, you have to be very aware of what is going to be there in future and how things are going to evolve so that you are prepared for it. And this foresight you can start to develop by immersing yourself deep in reading research papers. So let me explain a little bit more. See, innovations by big companies do not come out of the blue. Not usually, big companies have one or two important teams who have the top quality researchers, and they are led by one single person. And ideas, yes, they do come up with this discussion among the top people, but still few people cannot really bring out huge innovations one after another immediately. So what I am saying is that innovations are really done by the society as a whole. There are thousands of universities and researchers around the world in AI, and all really smart, really top class, from Stanford, from Harvard, from MIT, Cambridge, Oxford, you can just think of. And they all contribute to this research and they publish these papers. In fact, even the companies like OpenAI, Google, they researchers inside them, these companies also publish their new findings and also they release their product. So yeah, in big companies like OpenAI, Google, maybe 5%, 10% is their original ideas, but 90% are also still taken from this pool of research from around the world. That's how innovation works. And of course, I'm not trivializing that. For that, you have to have really big brains to understand so much of research work and to read that and to incorporate that and to find what is relevant, what is not relevant. But anyways, the point is that that information, what is latest out, what is the latest cutting edge happening and going to happen in future, is there in research papers and available to everyone. And moreover, you can go behind these research papers, follow these groups who write and publish these papers, and you can actually even get better glimpse of at what pace they are producing this new work, what is the speed and direction of improvement. And that way you can actually pretty well predict the future, because whatever is there cutting edge in the research today will be out there probably in 1 or 2 years in the form of matured APIs from big companies, and you can have, I think, a lead of 1 to 2 years by following this research. Of course, this may vary a little from domain to domain. I think some of the domains like text, like language, large language models is a very fast moving domain. So yeah, there you have to be like much more conscious of what's happening new, and also maybe you'll not get a leg start of uh, 1 year, but maybe just few months. But in my domain, for example, voice and speech, it is a little slower. There are some other domains which are much more slow. So yeah, you definitely get this advantage.